Welcome to our overlapping elephant shapes lesson. I need you to get the following materials out in order to do this part of the lesson. This is just going to be the warm-up. You need your warm-up paper, a pencil, and an eraser. That's all you need. So if you don't have those things, press pause, go get them, and come on back. We have Sammy here, ready to start the lesson.
Hi.
His workstation's all ready to go. All right, now that you have your materials, I am going to go over what I go over every time with you guys to get us in a good state of mind, a positive place. I want you guys to keep these things in your mind while we're doing the art lesson, because I will tell you this one is going to be pretty technical and there could be some frustration that could happen. So I do want you to keep these things in mind while we're working out this lesson. So number one, always try your best. Number two, if you get frustrated, I want you to take a deep breath. Count to 10. Take another deep breath and come back and try it again. Okay? Number three, everyone's art is going to turn out differently. Your artwork is going to be uniquely yours. And number four, art is not perfect. The beauty about art is that it isn't perfect. It always turns out differently. Even if you do the same composition over and over and over again, it's always going to turn out differently. All right, so I'm going to show you some images right now. We are going to be creating elephants. And elephants usually travel in herds. And if you see here, these two images, these elephants are overlapping each other. You have an elephant right here, a baby elephant right here, that's in front of the adult elephant. You have the adult elephant's trunk that's in front of this baby elephant. Then this adult elephant is in front on this side. And then you have an elephant way back here that is blocked by this area, but he or she is still back there. Same thing here. You have the two baby elephants in front of the mama elephant right there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating our own animated images or image of elephants overlapping each other. So I pulled up some really simple animated images. We're just going to be doing black Sharpie for this lesson and white paper. So this elephant up here is looking off to the left. This one down here is looking off to the right, has the front leg bent up as if it's walking. So I want you to keep these things in mind because you might want to incorporate some of these movements in your piece as well. This one is really detailed. We are not going to get this detailed. Whoa. This one is very detailed. Yeah, yes. Sam says, whoa.
Perfect shadows, perfect unshadows.
So this artist took a long time to create this elephant. We're going to be focusing on the contour lines of our elephant and not with shading in. Okay, so I just wanted to show you an elephant facing forward. There, and then here are some simple images right up here of elephants. This one has its trunk up in the air. This one has its trunk down. This one has its trunk somewhat up. Looks like this one is stepping out. Here's another one with a baby and a mama, and they're overlapping. The baby's in the front, the mama is in the back. All right, here's some other very simple ones. Not a lot of detail. So we're going to be focusing on the contour lines. Contour lines are the lines that go around the whole outside of the elephant. We do have some lines that are coming in a little bit. The ears are inside here, for instance, and the tusk starts in here, up here, and the eye is up here, but not a lot of other details. So here are three good examples. All right, so I'm going to show you Joey's portfolio. So in the end, when we are all done, we are going to create an image of overlapping elephants with a very simple background. So Joey did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping elephants. He has just 2 simple trees, a ground, and a sun. So our main focus is going to be doing the overlapping elephants. And Sammy, before we started, he got the whiteboard out and he tried. He said this was a quick draw. So here he has an elephant facing to the left, an elephant facing to the right, and it looks as if this elephant's blowing water into the pond. Yeah? All right, thank you for your quick draw. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Sam. Okay, put that over there for me. Thanks. All right, so grab your warm-up paper. Sam, you got your warm-up paper? Yeah? Okay, I want you to fold your warm-up paper in half. Going landscape, in landscape direction. So fold it in half. We are going to do an elephant facing to the left, an elephant facing to the right. We're going to do an elephant facing forward, and then we are going to do 2 elephants overlapping. So that's what this lesson is going to be. Okay, so come over to the front of your paper, come over to the left-hand side, and what we're going to do is take it, fold it in half like this, and then turn it so that it's facing landscape again. Can you do that, Sam? Face it landscape. All right, Sam's ready, I'm ready. All right, so this is gonna be a directed drawing lesson. I'm gonna go step by step with you on how to create an elephant using very, very simple shapes and lines. We are going to be erasing as we do this. So I want you to really focus on drawing lightly with your pencil. We're going to draw very lightly. We're going to start here. This is about the center of my paper. So everyone put your finger right at the center of your paper. Okay? We're going to start by making an oval shape. See where my finger's in the center? To the right of my finger in the middle. So watch me first. So here's my finger in the middle, and I'm going to come up above, and I'm going to just do very lightly an oval shape.
We're doing the head?
No, we're doing the body right now.
Wait, I thought we started with the head.
No, we're going to start with the body.
I think I drew it lightly.
Sammy said, good thing he drew it lightly. Yeah, this is exactly why. So do an oval shape for the body. I think you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see mine. I'm going to do it lightly because I'm going to be erasing as well. All right, Sammy's almost done with his oval shape. Great. And now we're going to go to the head and the trunk. And this is not going to be terribly detailed. It's just going to be very, very simple. And I'm going to show you here. So we just did step 1 right here. Now we're going to do step 2 where the red is. So the head's going to come down. The trunk's going to come down and in and up back towards the body. Okay, step number 2. So I'm going to leave it right here for you to see. We're doing step number 2. Oh, that's really shaky.
I'm shaking because I'm erasing.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's what's going to happen in this lesson. Okay, so go ahead and go to the top of your body. Come out and around and down. Just like this line right here. Come out, around, and down. And now it's just a rough sketch. Remember, this is just a warm-up, Sam. Okay, now I'm going to come up to just get the inside, the area where the elephant squirts the water up. And now I'm going to trace back up around, up my trunk, and come into my body with enough room for my head. This is the elephant's head, right? All right, Sam just did number 2, step number 2. I did step number 2. Now we're going to move on to step number 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the other steps so no one goes ahead of me.
Unless
All
you
right.
just paused it when you were showing the whole thing.
Don't give them ideas. All right, now we're going to do the back leg. So we're going to do this back leg right here. It's this red line. It comes down, over, and up. So I'm going to come down, sweep my back leg down, and I'm going to kind of give it a bend at the knee. Do you see how I bent it at the knee, Sam? And then I'm going to come down to the bottom of the foot. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to run my line parallel with this line. So it's going to come out for the front of the shin. And then it's going to turn in at the knee and come up the thigh. And then it's going to come all the way up for like the hip area.
If I were making this thing, I would do it like this. Like, so you have like...
Yeah, you know what, honey? We're going to go a little bit more simple than that. Okay?
But this is the way it helps me.
Okay, you're gonna have to be doing a lot of erasing. Just know that. That's fine. Okay, so go ahead and speaking of erasing, Sam, speaking of erasing, we're gonna erase this line right here with our pencil so that that's all nice and clean, that area. All right, so go ahead and erase those lines, Sam, please.
Okay.
With your eraser. And it's super wobbly, so I'm lifting the iPad up. Thank you. Okay, awesome. And then I'm just going to gently erase. That's why I'm asking you guys to gently draw. I'm going to gently erase here. And now I have my back legs. And then the next part of this step is to do the front leg. So if you see here, this red area, it just comes down, back, and up. It's very much like a rectangle. So come down the front of the body. And I want to make sure my legs are the same length. So I'm going to make sure my legs are the same length. I'm going to come down. And then just a simple straight line up. So that's more of like a rectangular shape. And then when I'm done doing that, I can gently erase this line right here. Now I have my back leg and my front leg. Now I'm going to go on to step number 4. And we're going to get the legs that are behind. So it's just really 2 simple legs that are behind. But if you notice, the front legs are going to be longer than the legs that are behind it. So all that is a line down, almost like another little rectangle. And then same here, a line down and in. So that gets us our 4 legs. We have 4 legs now. Body, head, trunk, 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Very nice, Sam. You can go ahead and erase those 2 lines right there. I'll show you where Sammy is.
Surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise. Okay, go ahead and erase those lines because we're going to move on to the next step. You want to surprise him at the end? Okay. All right, going on to step number 5. We are going to draw the ears in. Okay, so I'm going to start with the front ear. And if you look here, you go in about halfway into the top of the head. And then you just do almost a circle, but it stops. So it's like, no, I wouldn't say a circle. I would say more like an oval. Okay, so see this line? It just is like an oval. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to come into the body like this. And then I'm going to come a little bit into the head like that and stop. So it's like a 3/4 of an oval or a backward C. And then I'm going to give the other ear in the back. That's the ear behind the head. The way that the elephant is facing here is called, it's like a portrait image. You only see half of the face. So you're going to see one big ear, and then the other ear is going to be tucked behind its head. All right. So now we're going to move on to step 6. And we're gonna add the tusks in. So see here the red? It's just like a little scooping line there at the top of the trunk. So it's like a U, the shape of a U. And then it's kind of like a triangle, I would say, that is curved for the tusk. So I'm gonna run along the U, and I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna run along the U here, and I'm gonna come out and connect. And then this other tusk on the other side, I'm gonna run parallel to it. And then now I can do some erasing. So I have these lines here. Oh, remember, I should have said this at the beginning. If you need to pause at any point,
Well, if they did see any of our other art lessons, they would know that.
they would know that, yeah. But I'm just gonna remind. If you need to pause to catch up or to do a certain part that you're maybe getting frustrated on, or you're needing to erase a lot, go ahead and just pause it, take a deep breath, shake your hands out. Remember that art's not perfect, just try your best. And once you're ready to go, press play and join us again, okay? So now I'm gonna take my eraser and I'm gonna gently erase the lines that were the head where the ear is, okay? And now all I have is the ear. And then you're gonna need to take your eraser, and there's just a teeny tiny line right here where the trunk is.
Mom?
Yeah.
Imagine if they're making like a comic about elephants, and there are like a billion pictures of them.
Yeah.
It takes like this long.
Oh yeah. No, it is a big job to draw comics. It's a lot of work. All right, we are done with step 6, and we're gonna go on to step 7. I'm gonna show it to you. And all it is some finer details. So we're gonna just do the lines going down the trunk. I kind of think of them as wrinkles.
Mom, when we're doing the real thing and we're doing all these outlines and stuff,
Yeah.
can we do Sharpie so it looks like more fun? Because mine's all like, here, I'm gonna show the class mine.
Okay, do you want to show them where you
Mine's
are?
all like
Okay.
scratchy over here.
Yeah.
Like, so when we're doing the real lesson, can we trace it over in Sharpie and then erase it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. That's a good question, Sam. Okay, go ahead and just do these little wrinkles coming down the trunk. A few of those. And then you can give this elephant little almond eye. And a little wrinkle above and below the eye. And then you can give him the rest of his eye. And the last part of this step is just a really small tail. Elephants have tiny little tails. So you can just come down here like that. And that's the tail. And I am going to erase this back line where the tail came out of. And then we're ready for step number 8. Okay? All right, step number 8 is even more fine details, which is basically just like...
Can we do any eye shape we want?
Well, yeah, whatever you'd like. It's just giving the elephant some, like, toes. And that's it. That's really it. All right, so we have done an elephant facing to the left. Now we're going to do an elephant facing to the right. So flip it over. So remember, this was our warm-up paper. We folded it in half. Oh, super shaky. We folded it in half. We did our elephant facing to the left. Now we're going to flip it over and do our elephant facing to the right. You ready, Sam?
Wait, 1 second. This, and he's so tired.
All right, I'm going to get out the directions for facing the elephant to the left. And this is a different directed drawing approach.
Okay, can I show the class now?
Please, come on over. Okay, so here's
Wait,
Sammy's.
the tail!
Oh, here, go ahead and do your tail.
I forgot. Oh, wait,
I did a tail? Look.
Oh, okay, I'll just add
That's
another
okay.
tail.
Just add your tail. Awesome. Okay, let's show them. Here is Sammy's and here is mine, and they are totally different. right? Totally different. So Sam,
It's maybe
beautiful.
It's like a little too round-ish on this side, and maybe we have to like this and this. Whenever we do these like sketch drawings and like sketch to start out drawings, I always take this long and do all those like reviews, like the tail and this,
Okay.
everything. I always do that. It just takes so long.
It's good
Just
to take your time.
imagining really great artists making books with a bunch of pictures that takes so long.
It gives you an appreciation for the illustrators, huh? All right, we're gonna do this next one right here. We're gonna follow this approach. So I'm gonna cover it up and we are going to get started on the main body. So put your finger in the middle again. And we're gonna do, now this time since the elephant is gonna be facing to the right, we're gonna do our body, our oval body, going a little bit more towards the left-hand side. So do your oval body. You're over here. Awesome. All right, that's simple step one, an oval body. Now this one has you doing the tail and the head and the trunk at the same time. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna do a tail that swoops down like this. Like I said, I just wanted to show you a different method. And it connects here, and you come over here and you do the elephant's head. And the way that they have the elephant's head going up is kind of like this.
Also,
And
these two
down.
steps already, I like the other one better.
You do? You prefer the other one? Yeah, I just want to show different ways because everybody has their own style. So now I'm going to erase this back line where my tail is. And I want to add something to the tail that I just think all elephants have that little bushy end at the bottom. Maybe they're going to add it later. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go to the next step.
I'm not gonna add one.
The next step is the front leg. So the front leg comes down, and it kind of the thigh is bigger than down low. So it's wider up high, and then it comes out for the foot. So I'm gonna come I'm gonna put my finger out like this, and I'm gonna come on the other side of my finger, and I'm gonna make a swoopy motion down, and then I'm gonna kick the foot out. And then I'm gonna do the base of the foot, and then have that foot come all the way up and almost touch, well, kind of touch the oval of the body. And then it has us coming out like this to do the mouth. Okay, that's step number 3. And step number 4, I'm going to erase this line and this line. Because remember, we're drawing really lightly here. So I'm going to erase this line. And I'm going to erase this line. And now I'm going to do the back leg. So the back leg comes down. And then goes out again, just like we did here. It comes in and then out for the base of the foot. And this foot, I'm going to make sure they're the same height. And then I'm going to have it come up and run along the belly of the elephant. And then I'm going to erase that line that connects the body to the leg. We're doing this one right here, Sam. Good. All right. So I have 2 legs, the front leg and the back leg. And then I'm going to come down, and it's the final step. All it is adding the final steps here. So I'm noticing that my trunk, I did not do my trunk long enough. So I am going to come over to my trunk, and I'm going to fix that. I'm going to come way down.
Yeah, I like the other method better.
You do? I feel like I'm liking the other method better too. All right, let's do this again. I'm I'm gonna erase this, right? Right. So now I'm gonna come up to my mouth area, and I'm gonna come down, and this came in like this, and I'm gonna come down, then I'm gonna give it this line right here, and then I'm gonna add the feet. How are you doing, Sam? I just added the back of the trunk. Beautiful, nicely done. And this is where the mouth is. See here? See here? It had you come up this and come out like that. Yeah. There you go. That's just the mouth. And then it had us do this little wrinkle. Elephants have, they're kind of wrinkly. All right, I'm gonna do the legs. I'm gonna come back here to the back leg, and it has us just coming out here and adding that back leg. And remember the leg furthest away is always shorter. And then I'm gonna add this back leg here.
I'm just gonna add a 4 right here, so.
Does that give you better point of reference? Sammy just kind of sketched a ground and. All right, you got both of your legs in the back, so you have 4 legs, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we got our main part of our body. Some erasing. And now we're gonna add the ear, and we're gonna add the eye. This ear looks really floppy, and it doesn't really take on any like common geometric shape. So it just tells us to come out like this, and then kind of down, and then another line coming out like this, and in. However it turns out is however it turns out. And then adding the eye. Would you like to see this up close? Because you're kind of at an angle.
Yeah.
All right. I should have maybe made copies of these so that you could look at them straight on. All right, so I have my elephant facing to the left using this method right here that we went over. I have my elephant facing to the right using this directed drawing method here. Okay, now I'm gonna open it up. I have 2 elephants. They're standing on top of each other. Would you like to show them yours?
Wait 1 second. I'm almost done.
Okay, here. We all work at our own pace, do our very best, try our hardest. All right, Sam, let's show them, and then we're gonna move on to the next one.
I just need the stuff that is not sketched and everything because we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna like erase this.
Okay. All right, here is Sammy's facing to the right. Very nice. Very nice effort. I'm loving it.
My honest opinion is that this one is easier.
Okay. Okay, I'm glad that you're expressing your opinion. All right, so we have those 2. Now we're gonna flip it over to the other side, and we're gonna recrease it. Hold it so it's recreased. And this time we're going to have it facing portrait. All right? And we're gonna be doing an elephant facing forward. Similar to this, but not this detailed. All right, so let me get the directed drawing lesson out for that one. This one is very, very simple. Thank you, Sam. This one is a very simple directed drawing. All right, it's a lot of circles. Look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, and then just adding in some squares and the trunk. The squares for the feet, the legs, I should say, and then the swinging trunk. All right, so let's start. Put your finger in the middle, right in the middle, and we are going to do our body right around our finger. We're gonna do. It looks like a circle to me. So yeah, let's just do a big circle or an oval. Yeah, this is the body. A circle or an oval. We're just warming up here. And then I'm going to do a smaller circle for the head right at the top that overlaps. I'm doing that one right here, this one. Now I'm going to do the circles for the ears. Whoa, that's really shaky, sorry. All right, now I'm going to do the circles for the ears. These ones don't actually make a full circle. You're just going to start on the side of the head, and you're going to circle out, and you're going to stop when you get to the bottom of the head. And then you're going to do the left ear, same, out and around. And we want both of those ears to be about the same size. Now you can take it to step number 2 right here, and we're going to erase those dotted lines. We're just going to gently erase those dotted lines. Gently erase. All right. So now I have my head, and I have my ears, I have the body, and now we're moving on to the trunk. This trunk is swinging to the right. Your trunk could swing to the right or to the left, however you'd like your trunk to go. I'm just gonna go with, I'm just gonna follow this directed drawing. And I'm gonna come right down to the bottom of my head, but off to the left a little bit. And I'm gonna swing my trunk out. So you might want, so that body, you want your body to be big, honey. Your head is smaller, your body, can I show you? Can I show you? So I'm not gonna do it for you. I'm just gonna hover above you. So your body's gonna be like this big.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That'd be nice and big. Come all the way down here. There you go. All right, now we're gonna swing our trunk out. I already did this side, and now I'm gonna do this side and swing it out, run a line parallel to it, and connect it. And we're gonna erase this line in the middle where our trunk went across. All right, now I'm gonna add the feet. So I'm gonna just do squares coming down. Here, another square coming down. Oh wait, hang on a second. Oh yeah, I kind of like how they do this. So they have the square coming down. So I'm running along the body, and then it comes down over here. And then I'm gonna make this square a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the back leg over here, coming down, and the back leg over here, coming out and down. And then I'm gonna erase the dotted lines here. So I'm erasing the dotted lines here. They're dotted in this photocopy over here. A lot of erasing for this warm-up, you guys. All right. I'm done with my back leg here, my front leg, my back leg here, my front leg. And now we're gonna add the tusks. Oh, I gotta open up my trunk. There we go. And now I'm gonna add the tusks. They're just little like triangles sticking out here. How you doing, Sam? Are you getting frustrated? No? Why do you give me a thumbs down? Are you feeling like it's not turning out the way you want it to? Yeah, sometimes it feels that way. That's why we're doing a warm-up. So I'm sure that there are some of our friends who are watching this who might be feeling that same way. And that's all right. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So we're gonna erase this line over here towards the top of the head, towards the top of the head over here. And then I'm just gonna add some eyes here. So that gives me the, I mean, here's that one, right? And here's ours. It's a little bit more simple. We could, if we wanted to, we can make these ears a little bit more lifelike. We could come out here and make these ears a little bit more, give them a little bit more of a jagged look, like that. We can go out like that. And then I can erase inside here. These are just options. Oh, here you go. All right. Sam, did you want to share yours?
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
I'm
Sam's
not even done.
Sam's choosing not to share
Not
his.
even close.
That's all right. But Sam, I want to move on. I want you to kind of wrap up for right
Okay.
now, and then we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to just give it a couple more details. So here are the little nails up here. Here you could even do some wrinkles for the trunk going like this if you wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to be done with this elephant. Sam, are you going to work on yours a little bit later? Okay, that's a good idea. So we have one facing to the left, one facing to the right, one facing forward. And now we're going to wrap up the lesson. We have one place left. We're going to wrap up the lesson by doing an overlap. So it's going to look similar to this. I'm going to show you the examples. And remember, this is just a warm-up. Okay? So I made an elephant facing to the left right here. I made an elephant facing to the right here. And do you see how the bodies overlapped right here, Sam? Yeah. So when I took my...
Wait, so we're doing the overlapping right now?
We are just gonna practice two elephants, kind of like what you did right here. We're gonna practice that, one facing to the left and one facing to the right, overlapping. So then what I did was I said, okay, I made another creation. I said I want the elephant on the left in front and the elephant on the right behind. So if I want the elephant on the left in front, then I have to erase all of these lines of the elephant on the right. And look how it turns out. I erased all the lines of the elephant on the right so that the elephant on the left is in front. Or I could have the elephant on the right in front. And then I'd have to erase all the lines of the elephant on the left. And then this is how it would turn out. So the elephant, what?
Stayed up late last night.
Okay. The elephant on the right is in front. The elephant on the left is behind. So I erased all the lines of the elephant on the left.
So is that why we did the left and right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, we were practicing. Okay, so I'd like to start with the elephant on the left. We're gonna have to really, really draw lightly because we're gonna do some erasing. All right, so let me get the directed drawing out for the elephant on the left. Put these away here. I know this is a lot, you guys. You guys are doing really, really well. I know this is challenging. All right, so now I can't make my elephant, I don't wanna make my elephants too big. Okay, I'm gonna make mine smaller than this so that they both fit. So here we go. Oopsies, go. Because I'm gonna need an elephant on the left and an elephant on the right. And if it helps to maybe fold your paper in half, you can even fold your paper in half. You wanna try that? Fold your paper in half like this so that you have a crease. Open it back up. And now you have a crease. And now open it back up and you have a left-hand side and a right-hand side. That might help with spacing, okay? So that we don't go off we don't make them too big. So I want you to focus majority of your elephant on the left. On this side, it's just gonna maybe come over a little bit over the crease, okay? So let's do that. Let's do our oval and have our oval kind of go over the crease just a little bit. Do you see how my oval only went over the crease just a little bit? Here's my crease. And my oval only went over just a little bit. So try that. Very nice, Sam. Good job. Okay, we're doing this part right here. Now we're going to do the head again. The head that comes up and around. And down the trunk, up the trunk, and have his head come in. So we're done with that section. And then I'm going to erase. Well, no, it doesn't say for me to erase it yet. I'm going to follow these directions. I'm going to just keep doing what the instructions call for me to do. Okay, now I'm going to do the back leg and the front leg. So last time I started with the back leg, I'm going to come down. Remember, I am just I'm drawing very, very lightly. Coming down the back leg, and I'm going to come in and up in a little bit, and then give it a bigger thigh that comes into the body. There's my back leg. I'm going to do my front leg the same as I did before. I'm going to come down the front of the body, come down, make it the same length as my back leg, and then come up very much like a rectangle. I'm still on my step number 3. Oh, Sammy has a really good idea. He's doing this. He's drawing like a line to have the elephant standing.
Just helps me like position the feet together.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you for that suggestion. All right, now I'm going to do the legs in the back. So remember, those come up and down. Not up and down. Down and in. Same thing here. Down and in. All right, now I'm going to do the ears. Come up to the right at the very tip top of the head and have the ears sweep down like an oval and come on into the head. And then the other ear behind. Just like that. That's step number 5. Now I'm going to come down here to step number 6, give him the tusks. And that is just a little U right here. And I'm really close to the edge of my paper, so my tusks are going to maybe even go off the paper for my warm-up. So here's my tusk here. I just went off the paper. That's fine. And my other tusk over here went off the paper. No big deal. We're just warming up. Beautiful, Sam. I'm loving that ear. Nice. All right, is it, do you feel like it's easier the second time around?
A little bit.
A little bit. I feel that way. All right, now I'm going to give the details. So I'm going to give the tail over here. And the eye over here. And then the little wrinkles on the trunk. Okay? And erasing.
A little bit thicker.
You're making yours thicker? Okay, awesome. And then I'm just going to erase those lines that were inside the ear, and then the line that was inside the tusk. Awesome, Sam. That looks really, really nice. I can tell that you're really trying your best. So I have my elephant right here facing to the left. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to come over here. Where is my... So Sammy, you have a choice now, okay? You can do, because you were saying that you like this strategy better, so I'm going to give you this to follow, and just swap it, okay? So instead of going off to the left, go off to the right. So just switch it. So
I think
Sammy,
it's kind of harder the second time around, actually.
oh, do you? You're finding it more difficult?
Yeah, because like the first time around you did it perfectly, because that you actually stopped, and the second time around it's more difficult because you're expecting that.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to take mine. If you want to do the elephant facing to the right, if you want to do it the same way that we just did it, go ahead and just redo it facing the other way. I'm going to go ahead for those. Some of you might have preferred this method, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I'm going to put my finger right in the middle again. Remember, if you're not with me, that's okay. Press pause and then come back to it after. I'd like to wrap this lesson up pretty soon here because we're getting over 45 minutes, and I know that our stamina might be dwindling here. And if you need to press pause and come back a little bit later or on another day, I'd rather you do that than get super frustrated or too tired.
Yeah, and if this is like a classwork video, then this must be like, come on, hurry up.
Yeah, this would be a
I like
long
the
one
free
for
time.
a classwork video. Okay, I'm going to put my finger in the middle right here, and I'm going to do my oval going around it. And just like my oval went over my crease line here, I'm going to have my oval going over my crease line here. And now I have overlapped my elephants. My bodies have overlapped, right? So go ahead and get started on that side. And now I'm going to come over here and do the tail part, following on step number 2. And I'm going to have the head come up and swoop the trunk down pretty low. I learned from last time I didn't swoop my trunk down low enough. And now I'm going to come down to step number 3 here. Step number 3 is to come and do the front leg. So it kind of comes in, the thigh is pretty thick. You got it? Make sure you have room for the head to come, right? Don't go too close to the edge or your head will not fit. Okay, I'm going to come down. And Sammy had that great idea.
I overdid it with this one. I think I made it too large. A little bit too large.
Well, then all you have to do is just do this oval right here. End it right about here so that you have room for the head. All right, so I have my foot coming down here. I extended, Sammy, I extended the ground that you did so that I know where my feet are going to end. So I'm coming down here for the foot, coming out for the base of the foot, and then coming up the body. And I just kind of touch the body a little bit and come out for the mouth, just like that. I'm on step number 3 of this directed drawing. Sammy, you're on step number 2 over here, right? All right, now I'm going to do the back leg. Now this is where it gets really kind of tricky, okay? I have 2 legs of this elephant. Now I'm going to add another leg of this elephant. So this is what I want you to do right now.
The third time around is even harder.
This is what I want you to do. You ready? I want you to choose right now. What elephant, before you do these back legs,
This one.
What elephant do you want in the front? Okay, Sammy has chosen to do the elephant on the left, facing the left, to be in the front. I'm going to follow along with you, Sammy. Okay?
4.
So now that I know my elephant facing to the left is going to be in front, I'm going to erase everything, but look what I'm going to keep. Look what I'm going to keep. See the tail right here? That tail is behind the elephant.
I see.
So I'm going to erase this part of the body.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Whoa. I think
Now I'm going to erase this part all the way. And I'm going to even erase this line that went into his leg. Oops. I have this line coming up. Okay, so I have the tail that came down. Now, do I even need to draw the feet on this guy? In the back?
I think you might want to draw one.
Should I draw one?
I would.
Okay, so this could be maybe the back leg of this elephant. Okay. Because I think if I were to do a leg right here, I'd just be erasing it anyway. But you guys do what it is that you feel is best with what's working in your space. Now I have this elephant that's facing to the left, it's in front. And the elephant facing to the right is behind. So I'm actually all done with this step. And now I'm going to the completed version of it, which is just finishing the ear and the eye. So I'm going to erase this part right here. We are just about ready to wrap this up. I'm going to erase that part right there. I'm going to have the mouth come back down. And then I'm going to add the ear. And I'm going to add the eye. Okay, now I have my overlapping elephants. I have one elephant facing to the left, one elephant facing to the right. The one on the left is in front of the one on the right. So this was a pretty technical lesson. A lot of concentration, a lot of hard work, a lot of erasing, a lot of perseverance. And hopefully if you needed to, you took a lot of breaks, okay? So maybe this took you 2 days to do. Maybe this took you 3 different times in one day sitting down to do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, just as long as you did your best, you had a good time, and you were proud of yourself.
Done.
You're almost done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you going to show yours to the class?
Once I'm done.
Once you're done. Okay. So I'm going to just review with you all the ones we've done. We did one facing the left, one facing the right. We did one facing forward. And then we did 2 overlapping. Next time when we come, we are going to have our warm-up paper with us. You are also going to have your, you're going to bring your large piece of construction paper. You're going to bring your pencil, your eraser, and your Sharpie. That's all you're going to need, along with your warm-up paper, right? And when we're done, and then this is what we're going to be doing, is we're going to create a scene of elephants overlapping. Okay, we're not going to copy this one. You're going to come up with your own. You're going to create your own.
Wait, are we going to do that in this video?
Oh gosh, no. This was the warm-up video. When we come back to do the actual main lesson, we're going to plot out where we're going to put elephants, and then we're going to just do a simple scene behind the elephants. Joey did, like I said, 2 trees, a sun, and some grass. Okay, this one was kind of fun. The trunk was up, and so water was being shot out of that trunk. This one, the trunk curled up and in, water shooting out that way. And then this elephant is behind this elephant, and you see the trunk and the water squirting out. Okay, so that's what our goal is when we do our composition, our actual art lesson, the main art lesson. Are you ready for me to show them yours, your completed one? I'm done talking. I think we need to end the video, honey.
So you can just like point it at me, like my face.
Okay. All right,
And
Sammy's
do
working.
this for the effect. And,
All right, Sammy's doing the wrinkles on the trunk. It's hard to see that from here because of the glare of the light. And then Sammy, why don't we show them it, and we're gonna sign off because we're almost at 55 minutes, and that's a really long time. Okay, let me see your face, babe. Bring it down. Yeah. All right, there's Sammy's.
like, put it down here.
Okay, here is Sammy's. All right, as you can see, oops, excuse me. Look at Sammy's and look at mine. Very, very different, okay? They're uniquely different. This has Sammy's personality written all over it.
I think this one needs a little more cleanup.
Okay, so Sammy might clean this up a little bit more. So let me just show them all yours. Facing to the left, facing to the right. This one he's gonna work on a little bit later. That's where he left off, facing forward. And then facing to the left and to the right. Thank you. That was great. I had a good time with you. Okay. All right. So everyone, make sure you keep your warm-up paper. Bring it to the next video. And I hope you enjoyed this warm-up and can't wait to see how your compositions turn out when we do the next lesson.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.